For any local business, that next phone call from a customer who's just around the corner, well, that's everything. But the way customers find you has totally changed, and it really all boils down to two simple words: near me. So let's break down what that search actually means for your business today.
It's maybe the most frustrating feeling for a business owner, right? You've done all the things you're supposed to do. You've got a website, you set up your online profiles, you are officially on the digital map. But your phone is just quiet. And you just know your competitors are busy. So what is going on?
Look, this isn't just bad luck. It's a very specific problem, and we can actually put a name to it: wasted visibility. It means you might show up online, sure, but you're not showing up in the right way, at the right time, to the right person. You're basically invisible when it counts the most.
Now, I bet you've heard advice that sounds a little something like this. It's that old tip that gets passed around, that near me is some kind of magic phrase. The idea is, if you just stuff it into your website content, customers will magically find you. But I'm here to tell you, that is dangerously outdated thinking.
See, the old way was all about keywords. Just repeat the phrase "plumber near me" over and over. But the new reality is a whole different ballgame. When a customer types that, Google's brain doesn't just scan for those words. No way. It sees "near me" as a powerful signal to do something way, way smarter.
And that brings us to the most important point of all, the idea of a proximity signal. This is the big aha moment. Near me isn't a keyword for you to target. It's an instruction from the user to Google. It tells the search engine, hey, forget everything else and focus on my physical location right now. The search begins with the person, not the keyword.
And you might be wondering, well, how does Google know their location so well? It has tons of data to work with. The GPS in their phone, the Wi-Fi they're connected to, their IP address, even their Google account history. The search engine is already hyper-aware of exactly where your potential customer is standing, which is precisely why that old keyword stuffing trick is now totally useless.
Okay, so if Google already knows where the customer is, and it's not just looking for the phrase "near me," then what's the deciding factor? How does its algorithm sift through all the local businesses and pick who gets to be at the top of the results?
It all comes down to these three core pillars. This is Google's official playbook for local search: relevance, distance, and prominence. Understanding these three things is the real secret to winning those near-me searches. Let's break down what each one really means.
Let's use a quick example. Someone's pipe just burst, and they frantically search for an emergency plumber near me. The very first thing Google does is filter for relevance. It only looks for businesses whose online info clearly states they are plumbers and specifically mentions emergency services. If your info is vague, you're out of the running before you even get started.
So once Google has its lists of relevant plumbers, it moves on to factor number 2, distance. This is the simple part. It calculates the actual real-world distance from the searcher's phone to each of those businesses. The closer you are, the better your chances. This is that near-me signal in action.
But what if there are a few relevant plumbers all about the same distance away? That's where the third factor, prominence, becomes the tiebreaker. Google looks for signs of authority and trust. How well known is this business? What are their online reviews like? Are they mentioned in local news? It's basically trying to figure out which plumber is the most established and trusted name in town.
And here's why all of this matters so much. A near-me search shows incredibly high intent. Get this, a staggering 76% of people who do a local search on their phone visit a related business within a day. These aren't just browsers. These are customers who are ready to buy.
So, let's connect this all back to that silent phone from the beginning. When a potential customer in your neighborhood is looking for exactly what you do and your phone doesn't ring,
we now know why. It's not because you forgot to use some kind of magic keyword. That was never the answer.
The real reason is that another local business, your competitor, did a better job of making their case to Google across those three key factors. They more clearly proved their relevance, they were optimized for distance, and they had built stronger signals of prominence. They won the algorithm's trust.
The stakes couldn't be higher. The data shows that 28% of these local searches result directly in a purchase. So every time a competitor outranks you for a near-me search, you're not just missing out on a website visit. You are very likely losing a booked job and actual money.
So the most important takeaway here is about shifting your mindset. The goal is no longer about trying to trick or outsmart Google with keywords. The goal is to genuinely be the best, most relevant, and most trustworthy solution for a customer in your area, and then make sure your entire online presence proves that clearly and consistently.
And that really leaves us with one final question to think about. Take a good, hard look at your website, your Google business profile, your customer reviews, and ask yourself, is everything I'm putting out there sending a clear, strong signal to Google that I am the absolute best choice for a customer searching right here, right now? I hope this quick explainer helped you see near-me searches in a completely new light. If you'd like more practical insights like this one to help you turn that online visibility into actual booked jobs, make sure you subscribe to our channel.
And of course, if you decide you'd rather have a team of experts handle all this for you to win those local customers, Proper Marketers is a great resource to check out. Thanks for watching.